Hi, you're listening to Book Chat with author Vivian E. Moore.
Keep listening to our weekly episodes to find out more.
Download episodes of previous shows.
Are you ready?
Hey everybody, and welcome to Book Chat. I'm your host, Author Vivian E. Moore. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. It's just a bit mushy today, but that's okay. That's just the way it is sometimes. You can't have sunshine every day, and rain, they call it liquid sunshine. So there you go. But anyway, I don't want to keep you for too long. So we're going to get right to the show. And the topic of the show, the title of the show is Making It Happen. And the topic is putting your dreams first. Well, we all know how important it is to have goals. And sometimes we lose sight of them or just place them on the back burner of life. There's a lesson to be learned here when it comes to making your dreams a reality. I'm not saying you must be selfish, but there comes a time when you have to put yourself first. It would never happen otherwise, especially if you procrastinate about it. Your dream house will never get off the ground simply if you only think about building it instead of actually doing it. The same goes for your goals. And I understand how life often trumps dreams, but it doesn't mean you should forget about them and just move on. There are many rules for putting your dreams first, and I want to share 10 with you. There are a ton of reasons and rules that applies to today's show about putting your dreams first. But I just want to share with you just some simple ones, things that you can apply, to your life on a daily basis, no matter what your goals are, no matter what your dreams are. Everybody has, a different, frame of mind about what they desire in life and how to achieve it. Excuse me. And I'm not saying that the things that I have listed for you today are foolproof or that you have to, go by this, that this is the standard way of making it happen or putting your dreams first. But no, it's just guidelines to just do that, to help you reach your goals and just to show you ways of doing it simplistically. So we're going to get straight to that. So, of course, the first one is you need to focus on commitment. Now, we all know that sometimes you start out really strong and then somewhere midways you start to lose steam. But it's always important to focus on what you want in life, to focus on your goals, to focus on commitment. You have to have commitment. That's key to anything, whatever you're going to do in life. You have to be committed to it. All right. So number 2 is staying motivated. How hard is it sometimes to stay on point, especially when you have so many other things going on in the background? And then, you have people in your life that, that need you, that draw from you. And sometimes, your motivation can lack a little bit, because maybe you get discouraged because things are not happening fast enough for you, or, whatever the cause may be. But motivation is important. That's one of the reasons why you need to listen to things that will motivate you. The show, for starters, that's my goal, is to motivate you. And so that's why I'm doing this show today. All right. So number 3. Remember the reasons why you started this journey and be serious about it. I think that's one of the things, too, that hinders quite a few people when they start out on any quest. It's like they start out with it with good intentions, and midway through again, it starts to lose momentum because they start to question, well, am I really serious about this? Is this really what I want? Well, the thing of it is that you need to be clear about that before you start. because it's not good to start something and then don't finish it. So, just be clear about it and be serious about it before you get off into it. Okay, so number 4, shut down negativity. Well, we all deal with that on a daily basis. Sometimes it comes from within our camp. Sometimes it comes from without our camp, but still is there. And, that negative energy, to me, it's like a wildfire, in a field of trees or a forest or whatever. And it just consumes everything if you let it. But what you have to do sometimes, even if it means cleaning your house of negative energy, you have to do the same thing with people. And I hate to say this, but it's the truth. If you have negative people in your life that never see anything good, to them, that glass may be half full, but to them it's almost empty, or you can tell them the sun is shining outside and they'll walk to the window and open up the curtains and say, oh yeah, you're right, but I thought it was raining. See, that's the kind of things you don't need to deal with in your life. Those are the type of people that you need to move them out of the way, because you will never get to where you're going if you're feeding all of this negative energy. I mean, it surrounds us, like the air we breathe, it's there. So you got to sort of move it out of the way, get it cleaned out, just move it out of the way. All right. So number 5, stay imaginative. Now, if you can see your goals, you can attain them. So keep that in mind. Because there is so much truth in these words. Seeing is believing, and you have to see yourself at the top. If you can't imagine it, if you have no vision, then you're just lost. So you have to keep that level of imaginative nature about you. You need it. We all need it in order to reach our goals. No matter what it is, we need to stay imaginative, to be able to see things, that others can't see. And it's fun. I love it. All right. So number 6, don't coddle yourself or just feel sorry for yourself because you didn't reach a goal. You need to stay firm and dedicated. I know a lot of times we beat ourselves up, when we fall down and we think, okay, well, I failed, and I didn't reach my goal today. Well, it's okay. You're going to have days like that. You're going to have times like that when you won't reach every goal. Sometimes it's impossible to reach everything. The world was not even made in a day. God created the world and he took 6 days to make it, and then he rested on the 7th. So you have to keep that in mind. Don't rush yourself. Take your time and things will get done, but don't beat yourself up about it if it doesn't. Just take a few moments to have a woosah moment and say, okay, I can do this. I can do this, and then just jump right back in and get right back at it. All right, so number 7, remove distractions from your life. Focus without vision is worse than being nearsighted. Now, you must view your goals as long-ranged and not overnight success. And I think that's where a lot of people are under the misconception that, whatever they want is achievable, but they think that it can be completed by tomorrow, and that's not true. And if you think that, then you're setting yourself up for failure, because everything takes time. And I just gave you the scenario of God creating the earth and him taking 6 days to do it. So of course he could have done it in one, but God did it in 6 steps. And sometimes that's what we have to do. Sometimes you got to do things in phases. Don't try to get it all done at one time, because, haste makes waste. If you rush something thinking that if you hurry up and get it done, that everything is going to be perfect in the end, let me tell you, you're going to have a big old mess, and that's not good. So you need to make sure that you set your goals and be realistic about them. And always keep in mind that, sometimes it may be longer than what you projected, and that's okay. Don't give up. Just keep pushing, just keep moving, and know that in the end, if you stay with it, you will achieve your goal. All right, your goal. I don't know why I keep saying gold. Goal. All right, number 8, depend on yourself and not others. If you fail, that's one thing. If you rely on others to make your dreams happen for you, then you're setting yourself up for failure, which is far worse. And I say this because a lot of times we put stock in people and things because we think that they're going to have our back. Well, sometimes when the going gets rough, the tough get going. And that's just not a cliche. It's very true. So you know that you can depend on yourself when you can't depend on anybody else. And, and I'm the type person that I believe, I know I need help, and when I need it, I ask for it. But things that I can do myself, I do them. And I never depend on anybody else to do something that I know is very important. I'll entrust them with certain parts of things that I need to get done, but not everything. Some things you need to hold back for yourself, because if it doesn't get done, then the only person you can blame is yourself. But if you give everything off to everybody, that's never good. That's never been a good idea to do that, because then that sort of leaves you, in the background, not knowing what is going on. Delegation is good. And sometimes it's very, very important. It's very, very needed at times. But you don't have to delegate everything away. You need to keep some things for yourself, to do for yourself, to make sure that it gets done, especially if it's important. Especially when you're on this journey, when you're at the beginning of this journey, and maybe for one reason or another, maybe your direction is not very clear. But the thing of it is that don't leave it to others to show you where you need to go. You need to be able to envision that yourself. And then once you get that thought in mind and you put that thought into action, you plan it and you put it into action, then you can bring other people in to help you reach your goals. So just remember that. All right. So number 9, the key to any success is planning. Never do anything haphazardly or without thought. We all know even some of the best laid plans, they die on delivery. But a well thought out strategy has a far better chance of survival. Now, I've seen a lot of people who jump right into things without giving it any thought, without having any plan. It's like, this is what I want to do, so I'm going to do it. Well, no. You have to have a plan in order to reach your goals. And once you have that plan, then you have to put it into action. And I just said that, for number 8. It is never okay to do anything without some planning. I know sometimes people are just, they just do things on a whim, and that could spell disaster, depending on what it is. I try not to be that way. And, I know a lot of people don't like planning because they say, well, when you plan, sometimes things still don't turn out the way you plan them. Well, it just depends on, again, what it is. It's okay to be spontaneous. But when we're talking about plans and goals, these are things that will make or break your future. I think you need to be clear on that. I think you need to actually write it down, spell it out, whatever it is that you want to do. And then once you have a clear understanding of whatever your plan is, then that's when you want to put it into action. Do a few test runs to make sure, that it's feasible before you actually go gung-ho. but still just have a plan because it's so vital. It really is. All right. So number 10, we all know how hard it is to stay energized at 100% all the time. And if we overwork ourselves, we experience burnouts. Raise your hand if you've experienced it. Mine is raised. Okay. So ways to ensure this doesn't happen is never take on more than what you can accomplish at one time. It goes back to planning. Give yourself enough space to allow for regrouping. It's necessary. Otherwise, you'll lose momentum, crash, and burn. And I don't want to see that happen to you or to me. So the 10 rules that I've given you today, these are only, summaries of how to make your dreams come to fruition. Nevertheless, it all starts with putting your dreams first so you can make it happen. All right, folks, that is our show for today. I hope you got something useful from it. I hope that you enjoyed it. And before I let you go, I want to give you a few of these URLs. But before I do that, I just want to make you aware of next week's show. We will have another guest on, and this guest is Cecil Williams. And I think it's really going to be a very terrific show. Cecil is very interesting. He's very motivating, very uplifting, and I'll let him tell you his story himself, and we'll talk about that, and we'll talk about what he's doing, and in his writing career that's getting off the ground. It's new, it's fresh, and I'm excited about it. He's excited about it, and as I said before, we won't have a show every week, but in February now we will have a few shows. We'll have a few weeks. Maybe the whole month of February, it will probably be dedicated to, to having guests on the show, simply because some are just so awesome. I didn't want to make them wait until March to be on the show. So, like I said, there may be a few weeks where we have back-to-back guests, but I hope you will, stay with me and that you will enjoy these endeavors that I have set in place for 2019. I want to brighten the show up a little bit and bring on guests to talk about, what the show is really dedicated to. And that's books, excuse me, talking about books and writing and authors. I'm so sorry. My voice is trying to leave me here at the end. I'm so sorry about that. But anyway, just bear with me a moment until I get this under control. I'm glad it waited until I almost finished with the show before it started acting up. But anyway, sometimes you can't plan for technical difficulties. They just happen, just out of the blue. So anyway, I hope you're excited about it because I most certainly am. But anyway, now before I let you go, let me give you some of these URLs before my voice completely goes. And the first one is, of course, to my Spreaker account. It is https://www.spreaker.com/user/author Vivian E. Moore. You can also Facebook me, like me, follow me on Facebook. That is https://www.facebook.com/Vivian Moore Author. You can also like me, follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is God's Property 46. I also have an Instagram page, and it is where I post the announcements for the show on Saturdays. And that one is https://Instagram.com/God's Property 51. You can also go to my webpage, which is that https://vivianmoore.wixsite. That's wixsite.com/author Vivian Moore. And you can also find today's blog and past blogs on my account, which is https://vivianemore.blogsite.com. And if you missed the live version of the show today, you can most certainly go to iTunes and iHeartRadio to listen to the recorded episodes, today's and past episodes. And tomorrow's worship day. I hope you're planning on taking family members with you to church, friends, neighbors, and most certainly children. And tell somebody that you love them, because tomorrow is not promised. Today may be the only chance you get to say that. So I love you. I hope you love me back. Until the next time you hear my voice, God bless you and goodbye.
Thanks for listening.
If you enjoyed today's show, please head over to iTunes, give us a rating, and leave a review.